Okay, this video is what techies call an unboxing of sorts. It means that you take a product that you just purchased and you take a video of it as you open up the box. You explain everything that goes into it, what it looks like and feels like to you. So I've been homebrewing with a group in Fresno for just over a year and a half, and before that, years before that, a failed attempt at a Mr. Brew that we picked up, I think, at Target. So I've been hesitant to call myself a home brewer, even though I was with a team of home brewing people. That would be Dad, myself, and Mike and Lori. Mike and Lori had the brew set at their place, and I contributed, but I was mostly a note taker, or I'd stir in some of the grains or this or that, but I never felt like I could really truly call myself a home brewer. So I've been waiting and waiting and waiting, and finally I decided to go down to the brew shop here in Bend and pick up a homebrew kit for the first time. And I just thought I'd show you all the pieces that come with it, kind of give an explanation of it, and I will probably brew my first batch within the next week, and the goal is to be very consistent. A lot of people jump from style to style to style. I really would like to be able to brew 4 batches of the exact same recipe and have it taste very, very, very close. Consistency should be really important, and make sure you know you're cleaning everything, you're not getting any infections. Your boiling times and hop additions are all around the same. Your yeast propagation, you have enough yeast cells to consume all the sugars in there, convert to alcohol, and get your beer carbonated. So let's take a look at what I bought down at the shop and give kind of an explanation of it. So we're going to open up this this tub here. Take the lid off. See, it has a hole there for an airlock to go in. Right over here. So we got a bunch of goodies in here. I'll just start pulling stuff out. There's the airlock that'll go in the top of this, and it will allow the oxygen to be actually pushed out, and carbon dioxide. Any gas can escape from there, but you're going to have some oxygen on the top after you pop the lid, put the lid on there. The carbon dioxide, as it's being produced from the yeast, will push the oxygen out first, and then the carbon dioxide will work out. But you'll get your carbonation after you put it in the bottle. So next we have this. Once you put the caps on top of the bottle, then you'll take this and push it down on both sides, and that will cap it. It'll take those crown caps and squeeze them down on all sides. So it'd be pretty cool to do that, right? Just kind of like that. Okay. This bag can serve many purposes. The purpose I will use it for, unless I go buy another one. They call these muslin bags. It's not cheesecloth because it's not actual like that cotton that's sewn. This is I believe called a muslin bag. So what I'll do is I'm doing a partial mash, not total extract and not total all grain, somewhere in the middle. So I still have to take grains, fill this bag with the grains, and then steep that in there and extract some of those starches and sugars out of there. I went for the stainless steel spoon. I'm trying to limit my plastic as much as possible. This is a nice plastic bucket, but it worries me. Any little tiny scratch, and I've heard you can actually scratch the plastic with your fingernail. Any little scratch will allow bacteria to nestle in there and find a home, and as you know, everything after the boil has to be extremely sanitary. So there's our stainless steel spoon. We have not bought, we meaning me, brewing team of one, did not buy a refractometer. Those can be a little pricey, anywhere from $40 to $60 to $80. So I just decided to go back to what I started with the group, and this is a graduated cylinder that we will put a hydrometer in, and the hydrometer is here, and the hydrometer will float in there, and it will float at a level depending on the amount of sugar. You'll take a sample of your beer, put it in here at a certain point, drop this hydrometer in there, make sure this is a specific temperature. Drop this hydrometer in there, and it will float, and you'll be able to read on the side here, and that will tell you what your fermentable sugar amount is. That's what's called your original gravity. And so I'll continue to take samples, drop the samples in here using this little auto siphon, or this is a large, what's called a thief, a beer thief. So this siphon, I'll take small samples of the beer, well enough to fill this, which with a 5-gallon batch you do that enough times and you're starting to suck down your beer. But and I'll track the gravity readings over the lifespan of the fermentation to see if I'm going to hit my my final gravity, and that'll tell me the exact amount of alcohol. Let's see. This is a thermometer. Must have. This. I will use this thermometer continuously throughout the entire. Sorry, I'm doing this with one hand, so you're getting some crazy camera angles. So I mean, I will have this in the pot non-stop. I need to know exactly when to start and stop my temperature. I'll be using the stove over here. This tubing is always handy. This will help me transfer from one container to another container. This bristle brush is for cleaning bottles. This bad boy is to clean the glass carboy, which I'll show you in just a minute. What else we have? We have 144 gold crown caps. Color can just tell you the difference between one beer to the next, but I was going to buy gold anyway. Cool. Oh, I don't know if you've ever seen these when they come flattened out like that. And so when you use your capper, you squish these down and the ridges will flatten down and grab the side of the bottle. Okay, this is interesting. You wouldn't be able to tell what this is if you didn't know there's a spring inside there. And so what will happen is you'll connect this to your auto siphon, I believe, and beer will not flow through this until you hit the bottom of the bottle and tap that, and that will change the pressure in the seal, and beer will start to flow through from one to the other. Okay, alright. Oh, this kind of goes with this. This is a carboy handle. And if you don't know what a carboy is, and this is a temperature reading that you'll stick on the side. Since it's glass, it can. Okay, so I'm glad that I got glass with this kit because, like I said, the less plastic, the better. Even though this is plastic, I don't think I had much of a choice from the brew shop. But they include this in the kit. Let's see if I can pull this out of here with my single hand. Use my foot. There we go. All right. Glass carboy. So, the beer will go in there at some point, and solids will drop out, and we will siphon out of that into bottles. So, the difference between this bucket and then moving it to this, doing the all grain, we went straight from our boiling kettle into a stainless steel fermentation vessel, or something like a carboy. So the difference between these two, since I haven't done this extract in this small kit before, I'm going to really have to read on that and make sure I understand what exactly we're doing in this one. Are we doing, how much fermentation are we doing in the plastic, and then what are we doing with the carboy. So getting the liquid out of here, you see that we have a
spigot on the bottom of this. But all of the yeast and hop goopies and all sorts of stuff will settle at the bottom of this. So if you're going to transfer from that into the bottle, you're going to get some goopies. There's also a thermometer on the side of that. Okay, this PBW is for washing the bottles, making sure they're shiny and clean, and this Ida4 is for sanitizing everything from your spoon to your siphon, even your thermometer if you needed to. Everything post-boil must be super, super clean. So that's that stuff, and let's go check out these ingredients over here. Oh, this is one of the most exciting things that came with it. This Charlie Papazian in the homebrewing world is kind of a legend. Charlie Papazian helped to start the Great American Beer Festival, GABF, that we all know and love, and that I volunteered at with Dad. And he wrote this book originally. I believe he wrote it in the 80s, and it's kind of a Bible for a lot of homebrewers. A lot of guys got started, so I'm pretty excited. I think I will be reading this before I go to bed. Should be studying for my Microsoft A+ certification, but this just seems to be more interesting right now. So what I did was I bought 2 5-gallon recipes of the exact same thing. They're both 5-gallon recipes of the 10-pound stout. That was all they had. My goal right now is to brew 4 batches of the exact same thing. So I have half of that right here. So inside we have 7 pounds of amber liquid malt, and I'll show you what that looks like. So it's just kind of a caramely, gooey stuff. It takes the job out of mashing, sort of, because this is a partial mash. What that means is I still have, you'll see, I still have a pound of Crystal 120, a half pound of black barley, and a half pound of roasted malt. So only 2 pounds out of, what would be anywhere from 7 to 10. And you'll see I have dry malt extract in there, which is this. So the grains really in this way of doing it are a really small part of the equation, because you have so much of what comes from this in this stuff. This is Irish moss, and Irish moss is used for clarifying your beer. Never used it. We have never really cared about clarifying. I'm going to try it just for the heck of it and see what happens. This is a yeast nutrient. That's pretty much exactly what it says. Never use the yeast nutrient. We've done starters before, which means you take the yeast days ahead of time, put it in a flask, put it on a stir plate, and get it going. Get it a little bit warm and get that stuff really active. So when it jumps in your fermentation vessel, it just goes wild. So we'll see what happens with that. And this, again, something I've never used. This is gypsum. Gypsum can change the water chemistry. I don't want to say which way, if it's going to go soft or hard. I don't know much about water chemistry, but we're going to learn. I might as well use this stuff. I got it, so let's just play around with it. Let's see what Charlie P says in his book. But we've never used it in Fresno doing that stuff. So anyway, that's my kit, and I'm looking forward to it. Going to do it on the stove top. I just need one thing that's missing is a boiling pot. So I need to. They only had a 5-gallon. Stainless steel, and if you're doing a 5-gallon batch, you don't want to try and put it to the top if you're going to add hops, which the hops, that's true. So don't mind the burritos and the ice cream. And these are my hops I won last week at the homebrewers meeting. I won some stuff. So these are 2 ounces of Columbus. And so I got, of course, 2 packs. So if you add that stuff to a brimming 5-gallon kettle with 5 gallons of liquid in it, you will more than likely get a boil over. and nobody wants a boil over. Next to my cinnamon rolls and yogurt is my Y yeast, and this Y yeast is a Tin 84 Irish Ale. So these are what are called smack packs. So a couple hours ahead of time, I believe, I'll take these babies out, give them a good smack, and there's an activator inside. That activator gets the yeast active, wakes it up, gets it ready for its long journey. So this is what we have. I will prep myself. I'm a little nervous. I don't want to screw this up. One, because it's embarrassing that I've been an all grain and I would screw up this partial mash. And two, it's expensive to screw up. So I am drying bottles, cleaning bottles right now, getting prepped. Once I get that, I'll probably get a 7-gallon kettle. I could conceivably do both of those batches in one day. And that'd be interesting. Doesn't matter when you do them. If you do them at the same time, or not the same time, but one right after another, or if you do them weeks apart, you're still trying to get your process down. So this is what I have to work with. I'm really excited. This is my first solo foray into homebrewing. So I will keep you updated, and I'll probably post ingredients and processes and times and everything online just for funsies. Thanks for joining me.